Well, good morning there, everyone. Hopefully, doing outstanding. It's Saturday, November the 12th, in the year 2022. This is Mazske Finance coming to you from South Florida. Some people call this paradise. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor, not a CPA, I'm not an attorney. I'm just Mazske. Remember, feel free to like my videos, feel free to comment, feel free to subscribe. I talk on a variety of investing topics, talk on life, talk about traveling, talk about credit cards, investing, and all kinds of different things. And I talk about moving to another country. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about, like my hair, how it's blowing up. It's a little breeze out here, it's fine. I like breezes. I'm going to talk a little bit about pros and cons of the country of Panama. Okay? Because if you look on the internet, if you Google Panama, you can find sites that will talk about it being paradise. Just like people talk about South Florida or Florida being paradise. My neighbor's cutting the grass too, so you may hear some background lawnmowers, but you may hear that, okay? But there are pros and cons. If you are an American or a Canadian or somebody, I don't know, European, watching this channel and you've never been to Central America or South America, all right, certain things may surprise you. I was just looking because there was a turtle right over there. We've been seeing turtles a lot lately. And this was a bigger one. He's at least 12 to 14 inches long from on his shell. And he's been climbing up a branch out of the water there. But then he gets scared at times. I think the lawnmower, I think he's getting used to me because he's about 20 feet away. But I think the lawnmower noise is probably scaring him. So he goes down into the water then. But anyway, he disappears. So anyway, I digress. Like I was saying, if you Google Panama, you see all this lovely stuff about it. It's a great country. Americans will love it, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And most of it's true. They may play it up a bit, but most of it's true. What you don't hear a lot talked about is the negative things about Panama. There are negative things about every area. There's negatives about living here in South Florida. One, we had almost a class 5 hurricane hit us directly, pretty much directly. 100 some people lost their lives. That's a negative, okay? There's other negatives. So with Panama, there's pros and cons, there's good things, there's bad things. A few things off the top of my head that you gotta know about before you just say, I'm going there, or if you're going to visit so you're not like unpleasantly surprised where you hate the country and you leave saying, I'm never going back. Okay? A couple things are, and I'll summarize this. In the United States of America, in most jurisdictions, maybe not in the certain big cities, but in most jurisdictions, you have code enforcement. You have ordinances. Somebody's grass gets too tall, you have to cut it. Maybe there are parking ordinances. They have ordinances about where you can build a fence at, or if you can put a tiki hut somewhere. You gotta get permits. You have ordinances. Panama doesn't have code enforcement. A lot of things that are enforced here are not enforced there. I have rental property. I was going to buy a house one time from a turnkey provider. In the pictures, I saw steps, 3 steps. It's kind of like 2.5 to 3. They did not have a handrail there. I told them for me to buy this, a handrail needed to be installed. They said it's not a requirement. And I said, by my interpretation, that's 3 steps there. It's a law. You have to have a handrail for 3 steps. Panama doesn't have that law. You might have 10 steps, no handrail. You might have a handrail, you might not. Okay. Sidewalks. They might be there, they might not be. If they are there, there's a good chance they're going to be broken up, or they might be in decent shape, but they might have just a hole big enough for your foot that drops down several feet. Be aware. Look where you step. Be aware. Okay. And there's other things. You'll find more trash in some spots than you do in the United States at times. You will find, let me think, what else? No more noises at times. More stray dogs, roosters that will crow at 3 o'clock in the morning. It sounds like it's right next to your head at times. Depends on where you live at. Um, what else? There's economically, they're moving up. They have one of the highest GDPs, I think, in Central America, maybe in South America. Per capita, the income per capita is higher than most countries in that area. So they're doing well like that, but there's still poverty. Okay. But with that being said, there's so many good things about Panama. All right, that if you can accept the negatives, you can accept the government being slow. You can accept. You need patience. You gotta have patience. If you can accept all of that and appreciate the good things and appreciate the people, you can have a great time there. Okay? Some of the good things, the natural beauty of the country. It's not a big country, but it goes from Colombia to Costa Rica. It runs more or less east to west. Pacific Ocean on one side, Atlantic Ocean on the other side. All right, it's kind of like sideways how it's down there. Okay, it doesn't run north to south, it runs east to west, kind of like that. Um, so then the Panama City, it's several million people. It's a metropolis. It's a big city. It's a big city like any big city in around the world. Okay, it has a lot of stuff there. It has its problems. It has its good stuff. All right, you have beaches, both sides of the country, in a variety of different places. Beautiful beaches. You have black sand beaches, white sand beaches, brown sand beaches, all kinds of beaches. All right, you have surfing in Panama. So people go to certain areas, they surf. You have mountains. It's mountainous areas. You have mountain communities. You have beach communities. It's a very diverse lifestyle. If you're living in Coronado, Panama, it's a resort area. Americans, Europeans, Canadians might go there on vacation. Versus you're living in El Valle, a mountain community, or you're living in Boquete, a mountain community. Um, you got Santa Fe mountain community. You got towns that are inland, Santiago, Panama, um, that are don't have, not on the ocean, not in the mountains. You have beaches, you have mountains. So that being said, I got neighbors out next door. They're all getting noisy. They're getting closer to me. They're going to be asking what I'm doing, so I'm going to wrap this up. I do have internet in my house, so I may do a part two on this video later. All right, so y'all take care. Stay safe. If you have any questions about the country of Panama, let me know, and I'll answer them the best I can from my perspective. Okay? Remember, I'm not living in that country at the moment. I may be there in several months. I may be there in never, but I may be living there in several months. So we shall see. Take care. Stay safe. Love life. Look for your sweet spot in life. Find your own paradise. Investing will help you to find that paradise. Oh, and that reminds me, if you're still here, I will talk on the economics of an American or Canadian or European or somebody who wants to live in Panama, because economically, you can live a much better life than you can in this country on less money. All right? So stand by for that video. Take care. Stay safe. Mazske signing out.